Hi, I'm Dr. Jeff Haymond, the Dean of the Robert W. Plaster School of Business. And in the last year, we've had an amazing thing with our reorganization here in the Cedarville University, where the Department of Communication is now part of our business school. And it's just an amazing thing. The students and the faculty that are coming to be part of a larger team, amazing things are happening. So today I want to tell you a little bit about that. You're going to hear some of the history of the communication department and one of the wonderful things that God has done in the past. But we also want to tell you about our current students. Wow, what a great group we have today that we get to shepherd and help make more godly in the marketplace of their vocation. But we've also had some amazing graduate students. They've gone from their background at Cedarville to go off and impact the world for Christ in their chosen vocations. And we want to hear how that has occurred and what they're doing today. Finally, one of the things I'm super excited about as well is because I get to work with these amazing professionals. And you're going to hear from Department of Communication faculty and what their vision is for the future. And I assure you, after you hear all this, you're going to be almost as excited as I am. So I hope to see you sometime soon when you're back at Cedarville. God bless you.
Miriam Maddox began her Cedarville teaching career in 1959. Educating her students in the art of acting and play production, as well as specializing in interpretive reading, voice, and diction. Maddox directed most of the campus's plays for 14 years, while organizing Cedarville's commencement ceremonies for 17 years. Retiring in 1974, Miriam Maddox's legacy lives on in her resounding impact left on our campus's culture and in the lives of our students. Mr. Roger Booth joined Cedarville's broadcasting department in 1974, filling Cedarville's need for a distinguished professor to aid in the curriculum development for a booming major. Booth's 15 years of broadcasting expertise grew the major into a program noted for its devotion to reaching audiences for the Lord. Dr. James Jim Phipps was a member of the faculty at Cedarville since 1968, serving as chair of the communication department for 36 years. He specialized in historical rhetoric, political rhetoric, storytelling, leadership, persuasion theory, interpersonal communication theory, and communication ethics. He was known as a warm and welcoming professor who cared about both his students and his colleagues. He also interim pastored 5 churches during his time at Cedarville and spent 32 years as the radio voice for Cedarville Athletics. He was mayor of the village of Cedarville for 16 years and served on many county boards as well.
The thing that drew me to Cedarville was the stance on the Bible as the foundation for every subject that we teach. In the field of communication, it is very common to find secular understandings of the field that prioritize what we desire personally as human beings. And of course, we know that the heart is deceitful and desperately wicked, but when you put the Bible as the foundation of an education and communication, you find that we begin to prioritize totally different things. And it's my privilege to be working here and teaching students how to use the voices that God has given them to help others find Him and find peace and joy as we walk the Christian life together.
I teach public speaking and persuasion, and I coach the speech and debate team. And one of the things that I am most always excited about in my classes is seeing students improve. Like seeing a student go from not being comfortable giving a speech to giving a speech with confidence and owning the space is one of my favorite things about communication education.
I'm actually one of those students on the forensics team, and I definitely share that vision with Coach or Professor Mishney. We love seeing people grow, especially in the communication department. I think my own personal growth has been one of my favorite things, of putting words to all the skills that we like to learn and the things we like to talk about.
One of the most useful classes that I've had during my education at Cedarville is Communication in Applied Contexts. And Communication in Applied Contexts goes over all of the different areas that communicators may be paying attention to or needing to know and to be very relevant in the workplace. We've learned everything from social media posting, how to format things like that correctly, to sending professional emails and just covering any form of media or communication that may need to happen within a professional environment. I am one of the major social media managers within the communication department, which includes us doing a lot of reels and making posts and going to different events that the communication department is hosting and taking photos and posting them online just to generate excitement for all of the cool things that the communication department does and to grow our major and the Plaster School of Business as a whole.
When I think about communication education, the idea that I like to latch onto, the metaphor, if you will, is that communication is the bridge between an idea and the person who needs to get that idea. And that's really what we try to teach people, is the tools they need to be able to build a bridge between an idea that they have or their organization has and the people who need to get that idea. And having the tools to be able to do that is really what learning communication is all about.
I think one of my favorite things and favorite tools within that process is storytelling. I mean, everybody loves to hear a good story. We love to tell good stories. And so focusing on how do we tell the best stories? How do we communicate and cross those bridges by sharing the things that we're passionate about with one another?
I have always loved storytelling, and the communication major has just created so many more opportunities for me to understand how a story is told and how we can tell stories to glorify God.
I get excited whenever I think about the different places that our students are going. I think about students of mine like Bryson Durst, who's at a newspaper just north of Cleveland. I also think about Gabby Bouquet, who's using her ability to research a situation and then reach out to contacts, gatekeepers in the community through Samaritan's Purse. And that's just a couple of examples of the great work our students are doing all around the nation and some of them around the globe.
Because my parents and grandparents had both been here at Cedarville, I had it on the forefront of my mind, but I came and visited, sat in on chapel, and the Lord just put it on my heart that I needed to be here. Cedarville was home. And so I came here as a freshman, and during my first day to my 1,000th day here at Cedarville, I changed and grew so much. Cedarville set me up for success in my current role as I'm an admissions counselor here, and it truly prepared me through different classes that I took. The professors were incredible. They care about each and every student, and I truly couldn't have done it without the professors and the community of Cedarville University.
As we look to where communication is going in the future, we live in an ever-changing world that makes it challenging sometimes to have consistent strategies with new technologies and shifting values in our culture. We always have to be aware of the things our audience is thinking about and the tools that we have that are never the same year to year. We always have a new set of tools that we can use to reach people with those ideas. And so as I think about the future of communication and communication education, I'm constantly thinking about what is the next best way that I can take my idea and get it to the person who needs it.
Professor Sandy Harner taught at Cedarville University since 1981. She developed the Technical and Professional Communication program for Cedarville University in 1984, successfully bringing the program from its inception as a minor to a full major. Professor Harner served 8 years on the International Board of Directors for the Society for Technical Communication as the assistant to the president for Academic Research Program. She received several STC awards and was named a fellow in 2001.
When I was a student, I saw how Cedarville trained students for lifelong ministry in whatever career field it was, whether it was engineering or Bible or nursing or professional writing. I wanted to be a part of preparing students to serve and have a heart for evangelism. Professional writing seeks to help writers create compelling, beautiful, and useful content. One of the things that sets us apart is that we try to create well-rounded writers. So we teach a variety of styles, such as creative styles, more persuasive styles, publication-based styles, and technical styles. Our goal is for our students to be well-rounded enough that they can adapt their writing skills to any communication situation.
Dr. Cranton and Professor Wingerter and all the other professors at Cedarville have all taught me so much. both in the classroom lectures and the activities and the thorough feedback they give on all the projects I turn in. They've taught me not only how to tell my story and other businesses' stories better, but also the importance of doing our work in such a way that encourages other people in their story. And that can look like editing in a way that serves both the author and the audience, and writing in a way that serves people where they're at in their story and points them to the ultimate story of Jesus. I'm also so thankful for all my classmates in this program that I've been able to meet and work with. I'm thankful for all that they've taught me, and we've had a lot of fun together.
The professional writing program has created space for me to develop a personal theology of writing. I've seen the Lord open door after door after door through this program for me to put that theology into practice. My very first professional writing class, we had a conversation about how writing is self-expression, but it's also so much more than that. And that excellent writing is really self-expression that is flowing from a heart in submission to the truth. And this conversation really set the tone for the entirety of my time in the professional writing major here at Cedarville. I've just seen the Lord give me opportunity after opportunity to really write about what is good and what is true and what is beautiful. And when I get to do that, I reflect the one who is goodness and who is truth and who is beauty. And just the professional writing program has given me the space to do that. So I'm really grateful.
A few years ago, we had the goal of improving our editing curriculum so that we might better prepare students for both the publishing industry and editing within organizations. And the first cohorts from that are just graduating, and we've had great success. We've had a recent graduate placed at Baker Books, we've had one at Our Daily Bread Ministries, and a current senior has been offered a job at Focus on the Family. Going forward, we'd really like to place a number of writers in positions of influence because we think that we need more Christians in dark places speaking truth.
Dr. Wes Baker, Distinguished Professor Emeritus, taught at Cedarville since 1977, teaching courses in media law, media ethics, news writing and reporting, Christian approaches to the media, survey research, web analytics, and data-driven journalism. Dr. Baker received the Faculty Scholar Award at Cedarville not once, but twice. He also received an Innovative Excellence in Teaching, Learning, and Technology Award at the International Conference on College Teaching and Learning, and the Dr. Allen Monroe Integration of Faith and Learning Award. Jim Craigle is an Associate Professor Emeritus of Communication at Cedarville University. He has been a part of the Cedarville community for many years, contributing significantly to the communication department. Students appreciated his humor and the creative freedom he allowed in the video production classes. He was the founder of Sports Video Broadcasting, and to this day, the stream reaches 35,000 people yearly.
I'm a professor in the Broadcasting, Digital Media, and Journalism major here at Cedarville University. I came back to teach here after being outside of school because I graduated Cedarville for my undergrad. I had amazing professors who mentored me and became my friends, and the opportunity to come back and work with them and do that with a younger generation of students is super exciting to me. Our major prepares students to work in a variety of media platforms, whether it's audio, video, writing, a little bit of graphic design, social media. If it is media, we are working in it. Really what we value is making creators, problem solvers, and storytellers. That works together with our overall department goal of having integrity, collaboration, and leadership with our lives beyond the time at Cedarville. And we see that a lot in where our graduates are going. They are starting at basic levels in the industry, but after a few years, they're rising to the top and making big change in the media platforms all around us.
Cedarville has shown me the importance of stories. I don't think people who knew me before I came here would say that I'm necessarily a storyteller, but meeting people at Cedarville and hearing their stories and seeing how much it encourages me and how much people's stories encourage other people, it's given me a passion for telling said stories in whichever medium I can. And I think the communication department has come in and taught me the skills that I need to do that, and they've taught me the technical skills and also considerations that I need to have when I'm telling someone's story and really showing what God has done in their life. So that's what I want to do. I don't know what form, but it's the beautiful thing about the communication department is you can kind of do anything.
From the moment I stepped on campus, there was such a feeling of welcome and care that came from my professors, where it really did create a safe space for me to learn how to use my voice. Professors that would teach things like animation or audio, their love for it encouraged my own love for the subject, even though I didn't really know much about it. At the time, helped me learn how to tell better stories and love every aspect of storytelling.
I'm excited to give back to the program that made me the career professional that I was, and now I'm excited to be able to give back to the students and help train them up into becoming their own career professionals across all sorts of media outlets, whether that be radio, film, television, or just content creators in general. Cedarville just meant so much to me, and I'm just so excited to be able to give back and be a part of Resound Radio and Cedarville University.
Cedarville helped prep me for my current job as a project manager within a marketing company down near Cincinnati by allowing me to be able to work with many other students on various different projects. Communication is key within my position, and Cedarville helped prep me for communicating with coworkers, learning to work with other people to complete projects done in an efficient and orderly manner. Cedarville helped prepare me to be able to tell my client stories effectively. From my video classes and all the storytelling that I learned within the broadcasting department, I was well equipped to be able to effectively communicate how we are helping our clients and how our clients are helping their clients.
I'm so grateful for my job, but I know it wouldn't be possible without my education from Cedarville. It was my professors investing in me, making sure that I had the skill set needed to immediately walk into an on-air job with a Christian radio station. And I loved my classes. I loved the on-air experience I got to have right on campus. I also love the fact that I got to have a Bible minor. It allowed me to be able to walk into this job sharing my faith confidently and looking at the world through a Christian worldview. I'm so thankful for my education at Cedarville University.
I really appreciated that Cedarville offered classes in lots of different artistic areas. I took stuff in stage lighting. I had a theater minor for a little while. I took Maya 3D modeling classes, many sound mixing classes, basically anything I could squeeze into my schedule so that I had a pretty varied experience there. The other thing that really helped with my career was all the opportunities I had for hands-on experience. I worked in production services and did a lot for running cameras or working as a TD or director in chapel for concerts or for a leave. And I did that as much as I could, and to be honest, that was one of the best experiences I could have had for my career because it was hands-on, learning to operate, learning what live production was like.
Cedarville helped prepare me for what I do in a number of different ways. One way was being able to get into the studio and be hands-on on the equipment. Another was through the various projects that we did, primarily voice track editing. That's a lot of what I do. One of the biggest things was the practicum experience because it allowed me to have my projects put out in front of people in the working world and get critique directly from them. And then the internship experience was very key. I was able to do my internship here at Focus on the Family, and that turned into a job.
Cedarville's broadcasting program, now the digital media program, absolutely prepared me for the career that I've had in broadcasting and media and management. The professors, the classes absolutely built into my life, not only with the technical skills that I needed for the many things that I've done along my way, but also for the life skills of how to incorporate my faith, how to incorporate ethics, how to incorporate good management philosophy into everything that we do so that we are able to do things collaboratively, so that we can aim for success, so we can do things with excellence. And I think not only did my majors courses do that, but just the overall Cedarville experience of things being done with excellence. The chapel program, where it helped us to think critically and helped us to think biblically. And so I'm very, very thankful for how Cedarville prepared me for the job that I have today. And it's been exciting because I've had the opportunity to give back to Cedarville students through doing some adjunct teaching in the broadcast and digital media program. And it's fun to see students like myself that are now out in careers successful inside of the broadcasting and digital media world throughout the United States.
Thank you all for joining us on our journey, Storytelling for God's Glory. We are so excited that each and every one of you were able to join us at homecoming today. You have seen how we have taught our students to steward the godly gift of communication and to use it effectively in their professional careers. Our students are in demand. So many of them are interacting with missions organizations, with churches, with corporations, representing our Lord and Savior well. Perhaps you would like to support us, and we would love to have you do that. We can always use your prayers, and we could also use your financial help if you are so inclined to do so. We are also looking for internship opportunities and any other employment opportunities that may give our students the opportunity to develop their professional skills. But most of all, we're just thankful that you have shared this time with us. May God bless you and keep you. And if you want to follow more of our story, please check out our social media, our Facebook, our Instagram, and our YouTube. There's opportunities far and above to see what God is doing in the Cedarville University Department of Communication.